So you know what? If this is a good Pisco video, I'll give it credit, okay? Okay.
Okay, let me start though first with the Epstein file stuff. It's the most
I want to show people I can be fair, alright? We'll see.
beautiful.
We'll see. Okay, this is Pisco on the Epstein files, okay? Are you aware if Pisco commented on your convo with Kafka? No. No. Who told you that? My editor. Because it's not really good optics if you just come off as an unhinged hater of Pisco all the time.
Okay, let me start though first with the Epstein file stuff. It's the most beautiful possible self-own
And I think I agree.
that there's ever been. And I kind of saw this coming, and anyone with any sense, it's not like it's a great insight like months ago. And for those of you who didn't listen to me at the time or weren't around, there is no good strategy at this point for the Trump administration regarding the Epstein files. The what I'm going to call the Epstein assumption that
I'm fine coming off as an unhinged Pisco hater. He sucks. He does suck. Yeah.
assumption being
But it's like it's hard for me to hate someone. It's hard for me to truly hate someone, okay? I'm just a very nice person.
specifically the belief that the criminality contained in
When will Destiny just cave and research Epstein? Well, the problem is that everybody is already doing it. I think there's something about it like not being so appealing anymore just because everyone else is doing it, if that makes sense. It's this like kind of weird effect where you're like, oh, because everyone else is doing it, I don't want to do it anymore. Because you don't want to hop on the wagon.
the Epstein files extends to broad sets of actors beyond what is currently known or provable. That is what I'm referring to as the Epstein assumption. That assumption has essentially become the mainstream opinion, as far as I can understand it.
Destiny went off on him. Destiny goes off on Pisco these days all the time. Okay?
And in fact, now there is a taboo. There is a social taboo against raising objections to that assumption. We have plenty of evidence that suggests that Epstein himself did stuff. Ghislaine Maxwell knew stuff, right? We have plenty of evidence of that. But this kind of broader entangling opinions, those like have not been proven, right? No smoking gun, not even anything to suggest a good chance of particular actors having criminality. Nothing that I would say would show beyond even like preponderance of evidence, in my opinion, that's been publicly available.
Pisco is slowly becoming anti-fan? He is. He is. Yeah. He's focusing in on really irrelevant issues. And he clearly knows details about Destiny's lawsuit. But he clearly portrays them in a bad light, like how anti-fans would. Oh well, what can you do about that, right?
Of culpability in this context. But if I were to express that opinion in a video that specifically titled like what you don't want,
maybe it's just because I'm dead inside. Maybe that's why I don't have much of a reaction. Maybe it's just because I'm dead inside.
want to know about the Epstein files is like
Makes you think.
we don't know all this other
Am I
stuff.
dead inside?
It would be not well received. There is now a social penalty for expressing even just like lack of being convinced regarding the what I'm calling the Epstein assumption. That's like the state of discourse as I understand it. And the best, I think, example of this is Michael Tracy. Now, there's reasons to be annoyed with Tracy in other shit, right? Because he takes it too far. He will call a lot of the people who sued Epstein associates, etc., like hysterical. He takes issue with the laws in the first place, these notions of like trafficking victims without any kind of violent component nexus, like the kind of coercion version of trafficking. So Tracy takes it like in a direction which I think you don't have to, but he will say like actually true statements and get destroyed for them. And again, I'm not defending the broader like Tracy worldview.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about right now. I have absolutely no clue what he's talking about right now.
To the extent that there is one, or his broader set of opinions about trafficking laws and shit. But it really is to the point where expressing not like an affirmative belief that it didn't happen, but even just like skepticism. So that's the state of like the current discourse and the current taboos, right? The taboos are not asserting the Epstein assumption, not saying that it extends further, right? And in fact, not only is that the current state of taboo that you'll get criticized, you yourself will be called a sex offender if you express, or sympathy to a sex offender, if you express not just a view of like against the Epstein narrative, but even if you take the skeptical view of like, well, I don't know, you will be in danger of being labeled an apologist for sex offenders, and yourself being like that. That is how strong the taboo is on expressing.
Michael Tracy, Destiny has debated him a couple times. Oddball guy, but he has a few agreeable takes. Okay.
Sometimes even just agnosticism
I have no
as
idea
to the scope of the Epstein narrative. That has been brewing, and a lot
Absolutely
of that
no
is
clue.
the result of internal closed systems of thought, both on the right and the left, but primarily in its most virulent form in the MAGA base, who for years have been stoking the embers of this conspiracy. And it's not just the kind of dissident right faction, not just Groypers, right, who can see a potential Israel connection. You know, Epstein had connections with politicians from Israel, etc.
Oh God, Pisco, please don't go this direction. Okay, we'll see. But
not just them. We've talked about it, right? Like the current heads of the FBI, one of them is about to leave, Dan Bongino, foreseeable, and Kash Patel, that was like central to their narratives. And it was central also to the MAGA broader narrative, who see Trump as a rejuvenating force and as part of their myth, the figure who is going to...
Whoever Pisco's editor is, I still don't know who his editor is, but whoever his editor is, look, I'm sure you're trying your best, okay? But holy shit, Pisco just... Yeah, you're right. Pisco just takes way too long to get to the point. I think it should be like topic first, like state the topic first, and your claim first, and then you can just move on to all the other stuff you want to talk about. But yeah,
expose an entire cabal run by international pedophiles. Okay, globalist pedophiles. That is like part of their belief system, and it's been reinforced and re-ingrained, and coincides with other sorts of conspiracies that have been allowed to fester without any kind of critical lens. And that's partially a result of the lack of any real self-checking mechanism within MAGA, within the...
It's the same guy that edits for Hutch. See, now that's a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game to play. Okay? I think that, personally, preferably, if I ever wanted to edit for a content creator, I would only edit for one content creator, okay? Because in case the day comes that the editor is forced to choose sides, I don't want to be caught in between like that, okay? I don't want to be caught in between like that, okay? Considering how relations are already strangled a little bit, okay? A little bit weird. I mean, I don't know. Like, for example, and no offense to you, Macabess, okay? I would probably prevent Macabess from signing on to another content creator. And I think this is one of the things that I have told him as well. That I don't want Macabess to sign on to another content creator. Alright? Because I would have no time, that too. But also, not only does it feel special, all right, as in like, oh yeah, I have the exclusive, I have exclusive access to this top tier editor right here, okay? Not only does it feel special, like how Destiny has access to August, all right? So there's this like legendary editor status that you have collected. You're like collecting different people who are like talented, right? So there's like that feeling. But in addition, I'm a very aggro person. I'm a very confrontational person. And I want to be in a world where I don't have to care about what I talk about, right? If you're editing for another person, I have to be careful what I talk about, straight up. Okay? Because now, if I have to criticize that person, I have to do a lot of hedging. I have to do a lot of like padded dialogue. I can't do full. You come and watch me. You come and watch me for the full out like Foodshops experience, and part of that Foodshops experience is me being unhinged, but speaking my mind. You know, not really hedging my language all that much. Yeah. So I don't have the opportunity or the time or the effort, okay? Nor would I ever want to put in the effort to dial back myself in that sense, okay? Honestly, Macabeth is better than others. That's correct, but I'm biased.
The factions of the right who profess it as fact. So Trump, even though he himself was a little more cagey about the Epstein files release, did come in with
Did you know you're unbanned in the Jew Stalker Discord? You should shit talk him. Why the fuck would I join that server? Like, otherwise I would be checking every day whether or not I am unbanned there, okay? But I have not, because I don't want to be a part of that Discord server. Dan can do whatever he wants in there. I'm okay, all right? I benefit from not being in the server while seeing everything in the server. Why should I give up that benefit? Why should I give up that advantage? Right? That makes no sense. Right? That makes no sense. It just makes no sense from my position. Okay? I have so many birdies watching that server for me, telling me what's going on. All right? But I know that if I join, people will go, what is Foodshops doing in the JStelk server? I mean, they'll understand. 100%. They'll understand. Okay? But I'm in a position where I'm able to have my cake and eat it too. So I'm going to have my cake and I'm going to eat it. It's a good cake.
an understanding by his surrogates, J.D. Vance, his son, his supporters, that a top ticket item.
You're a little possessive, which is fine. Everyone likes a little insanity for their woman, okay? Let's be honest here.
Was the release of these Epstein files. So upon entering office, the smart thing to do, I think, if you're Trump, is to release the Epstein files. If you're the DOJ, to release the Epstein files. This, and thereby fulfill what you were promising to do and what your base wants to see. But here's a problem. They didn't do it. And what's more, they acted like they were gonna do it initially. And
okay, I'm bored. This was a waste of my time. Okay. But I'm still probably gonna make a video on it though, because I think I talked about a lot of interesting things that other viewers might be willing to like listen to. Like especially about Pisco and, you know, shit like that, and how I deal with other things. So you know what, I'm just gonna leave it up. Alright. This is Loner Box on Live and Learn, okay? Okay, let's go. We're gonna spend the rest of our time on this, okay?
Get out of here with that British crap. This is Merry Christmas territory, Pisco.
oh, is it? No, I don't think she meant it. I think. Well, I actually don't fucking know.
Okay, well, the other minority, but the instant she.
And
well, did you see
the
Bill
laws in the law? Has any
before it comes?
Well,
right now,
and we used to hit this dip, and it was just.
Opinion on RE0, never watched
It's like in a residential suburban neighborhood, and he would hit the dip going about 70 miles per hour, and we would get airborne. And when the car landed, sparks flew out. One time, the brakes didn't work all the way, and we ended up all the way on somebody's fucking front lawn who was doing his dishes and saw the fucking whole thing happen. Yeah. Anyways, Lonerbox, welcome.
What a time to jump in.
Hey guys,
how's it going?
Thanks for having me.
I can't wait until
there. Now you're allowed to say it, Pisco. Now you're allowed to say it. Happy Christmas.
Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day. Happy Christmas. How's it going?
Are you happy that Anthony Joshua beat
5 hour
the
Yeah, woke is back, isn't it? I have no idea if the other guy's woke, but that's what I was told.
It is back. It's very much back. Because also Andrew Tate got his fucking his face was just blue, bro. It was blue.
Just like, yeah, what the fuck? I love fighting sports now.
Loaderbox, I think a lot of people in the community are familiar with you, but why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you? What do you do? Where can people find you? I will do this at the end as well, but who is this guy? What's going on?
I'm Loaderbox. I'm a YouTuber. Okay, I talk about politics sometimes.
You play WoW? How tall are you? You seem tall.
I'm 6'2". Well, actually, I'm like TM 6'2", 6'2" TM, like a real one. You know when people say they're a height and then you meet them, like some people say they're 6'2", and you turn up,
It's a little wiggle.
and you need to check your tail because you're short a few fucking.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I'm 6'3". I'm not 6'2", but yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, look how fluffy my hair
You're
is.
6'3"?
Oh,
yeah, I'm not bragging, but I'm taller than you.
He's tall.
Yeah.
He's tall. Yeah,
Would you call yourself 6'4" when you had hair?
Oh,
that's right. I brought that on myself.
Good one. Good meme.
Loner, speaking of hair, you have a great set of hair. You have good hair.
I think we all have good hair here, guys. Come on.
Well,
you just haven't brushed it today.
So, Loner, I wanted you to come on and be our consultant and tell us what's going on with fucking UK politics. What is the state of things? Apparently, Labour's not doing great.
It's all pretty unprecedented. Yeah, we're used to having two very old school parties running pretty much everything, and now the polls can never decide who's in second place. First place is solidly the Reform Party, who are basically the closest we're going to get to MAGA and strange sympathies with Russia and anti-immigration. And
what a boring subject. I wouldn't say so. Not for this podcast. I will say they talk about their physical appearance so much. They're men. Okay? Men care nothing more than how they look like in their 30s. Okay? Once men hit the wall, all right? Once men hit the 30s, when they hit the wall, all right? They get a little bit insecure. Okay? It's all they care about. All right? What can I say?
Crack economic policy. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. They're probably going to be the largest party in the next election unless something big changes.
That hair clip touching my face would probably drive me crazy. I get used to it.
That's where we are now. We're kind of unique in the UK compared to Europe because most of Europe has had, for the last 10, 15 years, they have been having this surge of far-right parties where they suddenly get between like 15, 20, 25% in the polls, and they start to maybe influence elections, or they can even get in power. The UK has resisted that for a long time, probably because the Conservative Party did a good job at kind of keeping them quiet. But then we finally caught up, so it looks like the next election, we're going to have our own brand.
Here's the galaxy brain maneuver. This is what you do if you're Starmer, right? Get back into the single market tomorrow, all right? Get back into the single market.
Someone was pretty insecure today, talking about how unattractive he thought clavicular is. Yeah, clavicular. Yeah. I unironically, I have heard about people. Also, by the way, okay, there's nothing wrong with this topic. Just mainly because, like, haven't we been talking about Ethan Klein for like the last who knows how? Like, we've had every single possible crossover debate ever, right? Pisco versus Lonerbox, Pisco versus Hutch, Pisco versus Destiny, right? Like, at this point, I'm really important. Also, put in his input on this. Like, at this point, yeah, I think people should just move on. Like, it's just we've discussed all that we wanted to discuss. Like, what else is there, really, right?
Tomorrow, and then it's a complete beautiful situation, right? Farage is fucked, and you just sandbag him if he gets in office with 6 more years of breakfast.
Hairline talk is dominant in 30-plus-year-old man. Well, it's because men don't have to worry about fashion or their looks in general, so they think that they can just and they simply get away with looking shitty, but then just simply having a full head of hair, okay? And then they can still attract extremely attractive women, right? As long as you're in the game and you dress up semi-nicely, right? You can get away with a lot with very simplistic appearances, okay? But then at some point, because a lot of the emphasis is based on your hair, the way that men are raised in society is that once your hair begins falling out for a lot of men, all right, if you got genes where your hair just straight up does not fall out in any way whatsoever, you're lucky, okay? Congratulations, you really hit the jackpot, okay? For a lot of other men, okay, they're not so lucky. So they're gonna bald. Everyone's gonna bald at some point. And then all of your self-esteem goes out the window until you get used to it. And until you bite the bullet, all right? Or you have enough money to afford one of these hair transplant surgeries, okay? But you know what? Good luck with that. Do you know why? Because that is like tens of thousands of dollars, okay? Good luck.
That's it.
Out of pocket, okay? Insurance is not covering for a cosmetic surgery, okay?
No, I agree.
Why is that not?
Yeah, Starmer's popularity. You're not ambitious enough. Starmer's popularity is fucked, and he keeps on trying to do mid 2000s, 90s normal politician things to get people to like him, like publishing a Christmas letter that he wrote to his son or some shit, like to make himself look relatable. No, yeah, he should do it. No, don't stop it. Going back into the single market, like raise taxes on the middle and upper class and fund cool social programs that everyone actually wants to see funded. Increase defense and help Ukraine more. Like do all the things because everyone's gonna hate you anyway. Like you might as well. You've got the majority.
Well,
just go blast it.
You should do Bidenomics.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, isn't his leadership on Ukraine giving him a big boost, or is that not what people are concerned about?
It's not giving him a big boost, no. Like we've had, no, it's not, because our most popular party in the UK is one where one of the members, who was actually quite close to Farage, was he was caught and is going to jail now because he was taking bribes from Russians for talking points.
Okay.
For talking points that were not all that different from talking points that Farage has given.
Well, I'm confused.
So-
It sounds like your country imprisons people for being Russian stooges.
Well, it was a bribe as a politician, so
Yeah, we
that,
just make
that's
them
kind of crossing a
bigger
line,
pop-
yeah.
Yeah, we just make them bigger podcasters and completely ignore it.
How
so.
quaint.
Hell yeah.
To what extent, if any, did Donald Trump's win boost reform in 2025? Did that have any impact?
Did Donald Trump boost them?
Yeah, by winning.
I don't know.
I'm surprised to learn that IRI. You mean IRI, the celebrity? Yeah, celebrities are built different, okay? Wait, is he in his 40s now? Wait. He's like 43 now, right? 45. Holy shit.
I think he's maybe given people pointers on how to talk because reform.
Holy. Where does IRI get his adrenochrome? Like, where do you think the disappeared kids are going? Oh my god, they're all going to IRI. Holy shit.
Have borrowed a little bit from Trump, but yeah, no, there are some things about Trump that are maybe a bit less popular here. Like the Russia thing is going to be a problem for Farage. The closer you get to Ukraine, the more uncool it is to sympathize with Russia. Basically, makes sense. But
oh my god.
Yeah, it's probably helped them a bit. But no, like Farage is tapping into something that's existed in the British population for a really long time. Like we're an old population.
Alright,
Average age is like mid-40s.
Wait, hold on. Stumbling. Why are you watching me right now? Shouldn't you be with your family? Isn't it Christmas Day? It's okay. You don't have to moderate, okay? You don't have to moderate on Christmas Day. It's fine, okay? It's all right.
Farage speaks to the kind of like average British geezer like very, very closely. He is very. We still like to preserve the image of like
Family? Yeah. I have several viewers that have full fucking families to take care of. Yeah.
British liberalism and Churchill and caring for refugees and all that, but also these boats going too far. You know, like so he can basically push like a really aggressive immigration.
Isn't just Christmas Eve celebrated? No. No. Christmas Eve is celebrated, but Christmas Day is also celebrated. Yeah. Some people don't, I guess, but yeah, of course. Schizo! Sorry, hold on. Like, people celebrate both. Hold on. I'm gonna turn down the volume for Arc Raiders, okay? Mexicans do celebrate primarily on Christmas Eve. For Mexicans, if you say so, sure, yeah. I mean, but I'm just telling you, people have family get-togethers on Christmas Day. People have family get-togethers on Christmas Day. All the time, okay? But yeah. I had turkey tonight. I had your mom tonight. Okay, sorry. Okay, there you go. I was wondering where it went. Why is it so small? Hold on. That's the capture for Ultra Kill. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. I was wondering where it was. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then when I'm back, we'll continue watching, okay? Hey, if you enjoyed the content, I got more for you. It's on my second channel, which is Snack Markets. I'm trying to get as many subscribers as I could. Obviously, even though I got monetization, I'm trying to reach monetization with ads, so I'm trying to push it to 1,000 subscribers. We also got a Discourse server. It is discord.gg/Foodshops. We have a pleasant community. It's strictly moderated. It is just about the most sane drama community that you can never be a part of. Now, you can also follow me on Kick. That's kick.com/Foodshops. I put all my VODs there. The VODs are not on YouTube. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at @NotFoodshops. Almost forgot one last thing. My online streaming thing really isn't possible without a large portion of my income coming from donations from people like you. If you would like to contribute, you can become a member or donate super chats and memberships during my streams. However, since YouTube takes 30% as a service fee, and you would like to maximize the money received for me, please donate on Kick, where Kick only takes 5% and I get 95%. You can even donate offline as well if you cannot catch up to the streams. Thank you for your support.